Solid ang eleksyon 2025. Balikan natin si Attorney Ryan J. Rosette, consultant on elections and social media ng Legislation ng Legal Network for Truthful Elections o LENTE. Yan. Patuloy ba tayo sa ating usapan kanina? Mabigat yun, ha? Yung vote buying. Ha? Oo. Sabihin mo sa mga televiewers natin, bakit masama ang vote buying?
Well, I think kasi ang election is actually a form of political accountability, di ba? Parang in a sense, parang kung ayaw mo na sa isang tao, hindi mo na siya iboboto, di ba? Ang problema kasi sa vote buying is that it actually reverses yung equation na yon. So when I give you money, ikaw na ngayon yung parang accountable sa akin. Of course, ang nangyayari doon is you're building upon yung very Filipino culture na utang na loob, no? So, yun. And coupled with the fact na ang ginagawa dyan is tinatakot yung botante. Hindi naman tinatakot na sinasabi, pag hindi mo kami binoto, malalaman. No? So, when in fact, hindi naman totoo yun. No?
Talaga? Hindi malalaman talaga?
Yes.
Nung nagbigay ng ano?
Hindi. Kasi there is no way, meron tayong mga rules no, pagdating sa voting na, for example, una, bawal mong picturean yung balota. So, if the voter actually took a picture of the votes, yung ballots niya, pwede siya maging liable for an election offense. No? Secondly, is that there's a VVPAT. So ano yung VVPAT? It's, pag halimbawa, finid mo na yung ballot dun sa automated counting machine, maglalabas siya ng resibo, di ba? Bawal mo ilabas yon. So it's the third member, yung electoral board member, should make sure na nilalagay yon dun sa receptacle for the VVPAT. So dapat paglabas mo, wala ka dapat na anything, no, na proof kung sino yung binoto mo. Kasi yun yung ginagawa before. Kung before the automated elections, people were actually using carbon paper, no, as proof.
Pero attorney, despite all that, may reports pa rin. I mean, rampant pa rin ang vote buying. So, ibig sabihin ba, nag-i-invest itong si kandidato without any proof na may balik ang kanyang ginastos?
I think, siguro pasok na tayo doon sa siguro sa discussion dun sa aspeto na how people actually feel when nagkakaroon ng vote buying. For a lot of Filipinos kasi, ang dating ng vote buying is tulong siya eh. So, reflection actually siya of kung alam mo yun, siguro kung gaano ka payak minsan yung, or sabihin natin, kakulang siguro yung...
Or sadly, attorney, marami sa mga tumatanggap ng vote buying, on the receiving end of vote buying, ang katwiran nila, ngayon ko lang naman pakikinabangan ng kandidato na yan eh. Pagkatapos sa eleksyon, kalimutan na kami, so might as well.
Yes. Yung parang salat yung serbisyo ng gobyerno. So that is the only time that they actually receive something from government. So yun yung pagtingin nila. So parang...
And something we hope to change in this lifetime.
Pero kung ikaw yung vote buyer, pero magasta ka doon ng limpak-limpak, magkano yung mga bilyon-bilyon.
mo alam.
Pag no?
Yes.
Tapos, you're not even sure if they will vote for you. What's worse there is, there are reports before na si tumatanggap ng vote buyer, no? Hindi lang isang tinatanggapan. Pati yung
Kliyente ng marami.
Kabila.
Pati kabilaan eh, di ba? May
yun na
mga
nga eh.
ganun pa. Talaga bang bubuhos mo na lang yun, whether or not na kasigurado ka?
Ang ginagawang strategy before is, kasi yung iba mag-vote buying sila malayo pa sa elections, no? So so yung mas malapit ka sa election, mas mas naalala ka ng tao. And in fact, minsan vote buying, it's coming from your own money. Pero kung meron ding aspeto yan, abuse of state resources na ang ginagamit is actually...
Hindi naman niya pera.
Hindi niya pera, ayuda.
Oo nga. So, very timely, attorney, itong ayuda ban na pinapataw ng COMELEC. Kasi nga, some people sabihin na, ayuda naman to eh, hindi naman binili yung boto ko. Pero, iisipin mo, sino ba nagbigay ng ayuda? Baka yun, dun babalik yung boto sa kanya.
Yes. So, and kaya nga merong ban na inimpose yung COMELEC, apart from yung burial, which is,
Burial assistance?
Yeah, burial assistance. Pero all others, ban na yan. No? Meron talagang dapat hindi ka na bibigay. Kasi nga, parang ayaw mo magamit yung resources ng gobyerno to make elections less competitive. Yeah.
Attorney, sa part ng Lente, sa assessment ninyo, alam natin may ginagawa ang COMELEC, may komite kontra bigay,
Yes.
may ganung mga task force. Pero ito pa rin hindi naman natin in-expect na ma-solve ang problema overnight. But has the COMELEC done enough?
Ang siguro ang sasabihin namin is that is the COMELEC doing something for sa na makaka-improve, yes, no. Parang yung sa enough kasi parang mahirap pa rin sabihin dahil bilang bahagi ng kumbaga ano sila government institution, and they always need to be open and at least bukas dun sa criticism. So but with respect especially dun sa sabihin nating mga innovations nila with respect to special contra bigay and abuse of state resources, we are, these are
Yes.
things that we actually improve, we think, no? We actually improve yung management of the
Tsaka
elections.
napakarami nilang inisyohan ng show cause orders.
Yes,
Well, that's new.
Yes.
Bago yun. Pero again, it's one thing to issue a show cause order and it's another to actually prosecute people
Yes.
na nagva-violate ng election
Yeah.
laws.
Yeah, ang sasabihin namin dyan is laging change is incremental naman. So, and ito yung
Dahan-dahan.
is step to actually, or steps towards, improvement talaga ng pag-conduct ng elections and yung pag-exercise ng tao sa kanilang karapatang boboto.
So kumbaga, attorney, the measures are in place. Kailangan lang tiyakin na there's proper implementation.
Yes.
At may follow-through.
Yes, yes. Napakahalaga nun because the follow-through will actually increase the perception of detection, no? Yung accountability. You have a lot of show cause orders, pero if the COMELEC doesn't act on it, ang mangyayari is, hindi, kumbaga, parang, pwede palang okay lang yan, no?
At saka, Pia, Mel, ito yung sigaw ng mga tao sample, di ba? Dapat may masampulan. Dapat may makasuhan, maparusahan.
Alam ko, ano sample yun?
Kumbaga magbigay ng mensahe para sa susunod na
Send a
eleksyon.
strong message that
So, attorney,
we
ang
mean
trabaho
business.
nyo hindi natatapos sa botohan.
Definitely hindi po, no. Ang lagi namin tinitingnan is that, ang election ay hindi lang araw ng election. You have pre-elections, tapos yung election day itself, and then post-elections, how do you make the candidates accountable for their promises? And then pre-elections, paano ba nila ginagamit yung kanilang yung resources nila? Ano ba to? Programmatic ba? Policy-driven? Or very election-focused lang?
Okay.
So, pasalamatan na namin kayo, Attorney Rosette. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, attorney.
Thank you, Atty. Thank you, Salente, for being a partner sa Election 2025 coverage.
Thank you very much, attorney. At ngayon po, kamustahin natin ang botohan sa Bacolod City at nag-uulat live si Adrian Prietos ng GMA National TV. Adrian?
Yes, Pia, mga kapuso,